welcome you to sunny South Florida. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Jay, you know it. It's special here in Miami with 3 decades of NBA basketball.
Ed, the legendary owner, Mickey Arison, has put everything into this storied franchise and will continue to do so.
3 championships won here in Miami. And tonight, another big matchup on EA Sports. Opening tip won by the Heat, and we're underway in Miami. Jay, 44 wins for the Heat last year. For the most part, that core is in place once again.
And when I think about the core, Ed, I think about upper management. I think about Pat Riley. I think about Eric Spoelstra. I think about Mickey Arison, the consummate professionals associated with this basketball team. The year before, they did not make the playoffs. So a substantial improvement for a young basketball team.
Oh, Ben Simmons. Good start. He's made his first shot.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Knocks it down off the step back.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call. But a bucket is a bucket.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. To Redick. Going to launch beyond the arc. J.J. Redick at the line. And hits the first free throw. Second of 3 is good. And he hits all 3 free throws. Jay, sometimes it's not just the Heat that does opponents in Miami.
I've been a victim to this multiple times when we have played the Heat, and I think other franchises from cold cities have been the same. There's a reason why the Miami Heat have such an advantage down here on South Beach. You catch them on an off night, it's rare that opposing teams are ready to play.
Heat have the basketball. To Richardson. Fires the 3, and Josh Richardson knocks down a wide open look.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Count the basket inside.
This guy has posted 12 triple-doubles in his first full rookie year. That's his second most by any rookie in NBA history while leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But how about this? When's the last time we said the most effective player maybe in the league has a glaring weakness? He was 0 of 11 from the three-point line for the entire year, did not make one three-point shot. And how about free throws? He shot 56% from the free throw line. You know who shot better? Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan. But with all that being said, this young man still finds himself in a position to be one of the most dominant players in NBA history.
Josh Richardson at the line. Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. In the front court comes Simmons. Leads 1. Knocks it down from mid-range.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
It's the Heat with the possession. Dragic. Joel Embiid rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Simmons. Runner's good there.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Knocked loose. To Embiid. From the painted area, won't go down.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
To Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy. You know, Ed, one of the concerning things for me is that you had the franchise future of this organization and Hassan Whiteside, who almost became last season a franchise headache, and how this team dealt with the drama said a lot about the character of who they are.
Jay, it's crazy. You go back a couple of years ago when the cap expanded, teams invested in players they felt could be cornerstones for their respective franchises. Hassan Whiteside was the guy in Miami, but midway through last season, Eric Spoelstra saw more opportunities for a guy like Bam Adebayo and to go small with lineups around Kelly Olynyk. He can't get past the defender. Hassan Whiteside able to recover with the block. That's his first of the game. It's the Heat with the possession.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Inside, he scores.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
To Whiteside. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Simmons with it. It's a 9-point lead. Goes to the right side. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you in the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
And Josh Richardson, zero hesitation on that one. Buries the three.
I love stories like Josh Richardson's. A mid-second round pick in the 2015 draft, and he had to scrape and claw every inch of the court to make the team. Now, 2 years later, he finds himself in a starting role on the playoff team. That's called the American dream. And you can expect that same dog mentality in this game tonight.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. The 76ers have the lead. One quarter in the books. This has the potential to be a good one.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
That's off the side of the rim, short. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
That boy's living his best life.
False.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Markelle Fultz at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. And he hits the second.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Miami's got it. Jay, LeBron James has been gone from Miami now for 5 seasons, yet you look at what the Heat have going. They're winning with what might be considered role players in other teams.
And a lot of credit of that has to go to East Foe. Think about what he's lost. 5 years ago, the best player on the planet, LeBron James. Then you lose Dwayne Wade due to some management issues, overpayment. Then you lose Chris Bosh due to health issues. And for him to have this team in the playoff hunt says everything you need to know about a great coach.
Mike Muscala at the line. First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. Hits all 3 free throws. Miami with the basketball. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Fultz into the front court. We're a minute into the second quarter. From long range, T.J. McConnell like Rocky. He loves the tough situations.
I got to be real here. I think he was the only one expecting to shoot that shot. The crowd, the coaching staff, every other player on the court, and myself, all of our mouths are left wide open right now.
Shot clock for the Heat down to 3. That's a 24-second violation. Changes coming from both sides right now. McConnell has a look. The jumper's off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
And he throws it down. Big finish for Hassan Whiteside. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Like the confidence. Tough shot there from McConnell. Fires the 3. Not going down here.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
He'd have the basketball. Missed it. How'd that not go down? Beyond the arc for 3. They'll take that any day.
There it goes in. The fact of the matter is some players aren't taking that shot on a regular basis, but still have the confidence to make them when you need them to.
Cashes in for 2.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Fultz. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And that's what this game is. As the game plays, you have to adjust on the fly. That delivers the element of surprise.
Screen coming. Shot from the lane won't go. T.J. McConnell sends it away. That's his first of the game. Philadelphia with the basketball.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Fultz. Adebayo the rebound. And the finish at the rim.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Markelle Fultz to Redick. 4-3. Shot off the mark. Good defense. Dragic into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half.
1 minute left in the second.
Curling inside. Can't connect.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Has a chance. Shot by Fultz, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
A couple of cracks at the line now.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
2 minutes.
Goran Dragic at the line. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Sixers control it. Fultz to Redick. Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Fultz with the basketball. His guys should be able to get the final shot. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Joel Embiid at the line. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line.
Good shot.
It's the Heat with the possession. Goran Dragic. He's 3 for 7.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
17-footer at the buzzer. That's it for the first half. It's the Sixers out in front.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers have the lead, but not by much. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers, The Heat are still very much in this matchup. And even though they're losing, you don't see a lack of confidence from their shooters. That could be the difference for them in the second half. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Bench points.
What I found interesting about that half of basketball is how the momentum stayed high even when the substitutions started coming into the game. These guys coming off the bench, from both benches actually, are doing a great job of making positive contributions.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid put in the hard work that's needed to grab all of those rebounds. He was a rock for his team. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question marks with Toronto, Kawhi Leonard, does he really want to be there? Changing up their coach, what's going on with that franchise? And the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
To Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons looking good. 4 for 5.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Dragic to Whiteside.
Here we go. I got ball. I got ball.
To Dragic. Here comes the screen. Dragic. Waiters. That won't go. Simmons into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
It's the Heat with the possession. Probing the defense. Dragic. Here's a chance from long range, and Simmons the rebound. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Wilson Chandler at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. The free throw is good. Finishing off the 3-point play. The lead grows to 12. Miami's got it. Dragic. To Waiters. Lets it fly from beyond the arc and knocks it down. And, Jay, so much better to get that 3-point shot than one instead from 22 feet.
This game comes down to micro adjustments. Either mismatches, ball screens, slipping action on those ball screens, quick fades to 3s. It just seems like you're actually finding your rhythm offensively.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on a three-point play. 56% for his career. And he can't convert the free throw. Dragic with the basketball. His guy's down 11. Jumper's good.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay, but you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Inside, he scores.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Miami with the basketball. Goran Dragic, now 4 for 9.
Goran Dragic, known to get under players' skin and uses it to his advantage, was a first-time All-Star last season.
Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. One will perceive that Ben Simmons has already won a championship when that has not been the case. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
From the painted area, won't go down. You've got to get that one to go. That's out. Last touch by Josh Richardson. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Simmons buries the trifecta.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
And the finish, slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. He'd have the basketball. Curling inside. Gets a look. Can't hit. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
This is like a boxing match. If you fight against a great boxer, if he keeps jabbing you at the face, eventually that body will open up. You keep giving up layups like that, boom, a body blow is on the way.
From the outside, no good. To Simmons. Finish that.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Number 16.
Nothing going here on that drive. Simmons to the basket, but his shot stays out. That is no good. Very curious shot selection right there.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
It's Ben Simmons controlling the offense. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't connect. The drive right to the basket. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Can't connect. Not the best shot with the defender right there. That ends the third quarter, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Markelle Fultz, not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Dragic. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Counted, and the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Wilson Chandler at the line for a chance at a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. It's the Heat with the possession. Here comes the screen. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Ah, someone's been working on that one for weeks behind closed doors. That's why they call it practice.
Easy path to the rim.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Play some D, play some D.
I got ball. I'm here.
Watch cutter.
Count it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Fultz into the front court. His guys leading by 14. Kelly Olynyk sends it away. That's his first of the game. Nice finish at the rim.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
Embiid. And count the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
It's the Heat with the possession. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Markelle Fultz. They'll get it down to Johnson. From long range. And made his end a putback slam.
Oof. Really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
Now the Heat going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Dwayne Wade. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Redick. He was all over him. To Wade. Richardson.
Come on, that's money.
Fires the three. It's no good. Shot's not going down. To Redick. Beyond the arc for three. It's rebounded by Whiteside. For three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Oh, I like what you're doing right now. It looks like you're running some DHOs into PNRs. That's dribble handoffs into pick and rolls. You keep running that action, you're constantly going to keep the defense guessing.
The assist from number 8.
Miami's got it. To Wade. To Richardson. Joel Embiid pins it. Second block in this quarter.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Amir Johnson trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 67%. One free throw up and good. The lead now 14. Dragic with it. He'll run the offense. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. Surprised he took that one.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
That's his second personal foul. Team foul number 3. Miami Heat are in the penalty for the system.
Free throws good. Add one more to the total. This game feels out of reach. Miami with the basketball. And they call it.
Just a tic-tac foul.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1. That's the first foul in the last.
Dragic. Missed it. That misses with 2 seconds to go. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey, the Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers put together a nice win here today. And how could I not mention all the shots they blocked in this one? You can see the confidence grow with each one, and it really fed into their success as a team. It was a pretty standout way to win. The Heat couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game track. Assists.
The Philadelphia 76ers showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
NBA Live Nice.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2.
Why not 2K?
Number 1.
Here are the remaining games. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.
Good evening from Philadelphia. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, they love Rocky and stories of redemption here in Philadelphia. Right now, the Sixers with a brand new outlook.
And with this town just winning the 2018 Super Bowl, they've been gone with a new nickname, Titletown USA. Maybe an NBA championship on the horizon?
Something tells me they're tired of watching the same video of Dr. J on the parade float. The Bulls begin the game with the basketball. Jay simply put the Bulls rolling the medical dice. Not just Jabari Parker, but also on Zach LaVine.
They signed Zach LaVine to that 4-year, $78 million deal. There's no doubt that both those kids have the talent, but do they have the durability to maintain themselves the entire season? If they both can maintain their health, they have a chance to be all-stars, and this team has a chance to be one of the top-tier teams in the East.
It's Chicago ball. Knocked loose. Sixers have it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Oh, Ben Simmons. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You know, I'm going to say something that people probably won't like, but guess what? I don't care. I'm already crowning Ben Simmons as a top 5 playmaker in the league. His first true season, he had 18 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. He could finish around the rim and make everybody else around him look great. There's no doubt about it. He has all the ingredients to be the heir to the throne.
Embiid to Simmons. Redick. His first effort off the mark. LaVine to Chris Dunn. Wendell Carter powers it through.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Simmons to Redick. J.J. Redick missed his first. That one goes.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Bulls with the basketball. No good, and no foul to Parker. Going to launch beyond the arc. At his core, he is dangerous. Jabari Parker, wide open, drills it.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
He gets it.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Dunn to Wendell Carter. Shot won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Jay, let's talk about the rookie out of Duke. Give us a scouting report on Wendell Carter Jr.
Well, he has an old-school four-man's game with the skill set that is adaptable to today's game. And him and Lauri Markkanen together in that front court provide you the versatility that every guard would dream of involved in pick and pops.
Bulls with the rock. Gun shot, that misses. To Redick. From long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Dunn to Wendell Carter. Shot from the lane, won't go. Oh, Ben Simmons looking good, 4 for 5.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Joel Embiid at the line. Misses the first.
Substitutions.
Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. to Chris Dunn. Curling inside.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Off the mark at the line. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Dunn to Parker. Nothing going here on that drive. Joel Embiid rejects it. Second block in this quarter. Smith into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead.
The assist from number 8.
Has a look. Shot by Dunn, no good. We're through one at Wells Fargo Center with the Sixers on top. Jay and I return to Philadelphia after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Markkanen.
Our team reaches 100 points and wins tonight.
Jay, 27 wins a year ago for the Bulls. What can this team be?
They have the potential to be a playoff team, but in order for that to happen, a lot of guys need to take that major next step in their careers. Lauri Markkanen needs to step up. Chris Dunn, his backup role. What position will he play at the PG spot? Wendell Carter, their first-round draft pick, and also Jabari Parker. He is the key cog in this wheel. If he is healthy and plays to the level of expectation that we know he can, this team can make the playoffs.
Bulls have it. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Here's Simmons with it up top. Leads 4. Goes to the left side. Fires the 3. Like the confidence. Tough shot there from McConnell. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Here comes the screen. Deep left corner. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. Simmons with it. Up by 6. Has a chance. Johnson off the mark. Add 2 points to the board.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Markelle Fultz. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Screen coming left, screen coming left.
Rebound cleared by Philly. Markelle Fultz. Inside, he scores.
Ed, see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
to Lopez. Shot from in close, no good. Another follow, stays out.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Now whistle. We'll get a timeout called by Chicago as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Substitutions, Chicago.
Amir Johnson sends it away. Second block in this quarter.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards. Ed, I'm going to gloat about my old team here for a second. Did you know the Bulls are the only NBA franchise to win multiple championships and never lose an NBA Finals series in their history?
6-0 right now. It helped to have a guy named MJ. But, Jay, think about this. If he's not gone those 2 seasons, maybe end up putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Bulls with it. Joel Embiid sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening. Markelle Fultz, terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Goes to the right side. Off the mark. Surprised he took that one. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Fires the 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
I love watching these coaches' moments. The coach was literally saying, no, 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 yes, yes, yes. That's how you make coaches look like masterminds.
To Wendell Carter. Amir Johnson with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
And one of the best kept secrets out there for younger players, look at the eyes as the players, they catch the basketball. The eyes are already fixated on the rim, almost serving as a head fake. When you're able to throw the defense off like that, throw them off balance with your eyes, you got them right where you want them.
New blood coming in for both sides. To the rim, lays it up and in.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Chicago with the possession. Dunn to Wendell Carter. Can't connect from inside.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
nice finish at the rim.
I wasn't quite expecting him to get there, but I can be wrong. Sometimes, not a lot, but maybe sometimes.
Lets it fly from long range. Oh, that's how it's done.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
It's good, and it gets them closer as we reach the end of the first half. Time expires to end the first half, and the 76ers have to be feeling good.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The 76ers have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Bulls did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Field goals.
The Philadelphia 76ers are keeping things simple, just making their shots. Easier said than done, of course, but it doesn't take an expert to know shooting more successfully than your opponents translates into wins.
Player of the half.
Simmons was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Jay, it's a huge question in Philadelphia. What can Markelle Fultz be in his second NBA season?
He could be a former #1 pick in the NBA draft. He can still be a star. I don't think any of his shooting woes had to do with that shoulder injury last season. It was mental. It was the yips. He's been getting reps this entire summer with that form, with that rhythm. And if he keeps shooting the ball the way I've seen him shoot out in California, this kid could be a star next year.
For three, oh, he couldn't get it to go.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
They need something to go down. It's no good. Levine to Wendell Carter. And he hits.
Ed, did you see what this pass just did? Now it encourages his teammates to move with more sense of urgency because they understand that next time down the court, they might be on the receiving end of that pass.
Short jumper off the mark. And he'll go to the foul line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Off the mark on the first free throw. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Simmons to Embiid. Joel Embiid. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
Can we take a second to talk about the most gregarious personality in the NBA? We don't trust in the process. No. We're beyond the process. Joel Embiid has emerged as this generation's Shaquille O'Neal, and he's done it in a variety of ways. He's a dominant big who doesn't shy away from the physicality of the game. Probably the reason why he was up for Defensive Player of the Year. And also, he has a personality that baits you into a conversation, whether you like it or not, and he's pretty hysterical. This kid is going to be a star in the league for years to come, and you better pay attention to what he has to put down.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on the three-point play. 56% for his career. Free throw try, off the mark. From the painted area, won't go down.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Defenders could lose sleep with this guy. J.J. Redick, well defended, still knocks it down.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Here's a chance from long range. Had made his first couple, but he misses there to Chris Dunn. Shot from the lane won't go. Zach LaVine. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Simmons, and he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Redick, not that time. Slams it home on the putback.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Chicago possession. Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. Redick with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. 4-3, not easy.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Now the Bulls will take the timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Stepping in for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Dunn to Zach LaVine. Here's Lopez, down low. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not going down here. To Embiid. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Done. Joel Embiid with a piece. Fourth this contest. Robin Lopez. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Simmons to Fultz. Beyond the arc for three. Markelle Fultz forcing that one there. Well defended. Missed a wide open look.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go up 2 legs and expect the contact.
Chicago basketball. Going to launch beyond the arc. Won't go down. False. The rebound cleared by the Bulls. He'll put it up at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. And a great start for the 76ers. The Bulls in possession as we start the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena, but that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
It's Chicago ball to Wendell Carter. Levine. Scores from the post.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
Fultz into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Smith with a shot. It won't fall.
Oh, I see how you're playing this chess match. That's what you keep doing defensively. Keep baiting him and luring him into shooting that jump shot. Exploit him.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Here comes the screen. To Levine. From long range. Snared by Embiid.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Levine. To Wendell Carter. Driving right to the basket. Wendell Carter powers it through. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Fires the three. Off the mark. No good.
Show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
Holiday controls the basketball. His guys down big. To Lopez. And a throwdown.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes.
Substitutions, Philadelphia.
McConnell. Fires the three. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
And he connects at the line. Bulls with the basketball to Parker. Jabari Parker. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And there's certain players that when you look at them, you say, just something seems slightly off. But it finally seems like Jabari Parker is rounding back into form. Just remember a couple of years ago, he was averaging 20 points per night.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
To Parker. Chicago with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Parker's shot off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Bulls with the rock. To Parker. Inside, he scores.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
The jumper's off the mark.
Hey, switch, I got it.
To Wendell Carter. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Incredible. 6 tonight.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. High fives all around. This game is well in hand in the final minute.
Well, first off, energy and persistence conquer all things. But look at the way they're setting screens. Look at the way they're communicating to each other. They're actually hitting people on those screens, and they're coming off those screens with their hands in a target area, ready to shoot the basketball. When you play the game with that kind of precision and that kind of energy, you see why they're in the league.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Fultz lets it fly from long range. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Short jumper stays out.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Parker, at his core, he is dangerous. Jabari Parker, wide open, drills it.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer, the Sixers are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers won this matchup with a significant margin. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Bulls really lost big in this matchup, and you can tell it was tough on them. Losses like this become main discussion topics in the media. So hopefully this team is ready to answer the tough questions. It's not going to be fun. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Chicago Bulls.
Game track. Bench points.
The Philadelphia 76ers can confidently say it was the player of their substitutes that was a big reason, if not the biggest reason, for their success today. Tremendous job by the reserves to be impactful in this matchup.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was gold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a view of the remaining games. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.